Hello and welcome to all of us in Nigeria and around the world to News Cycle on Global Television, coming to you live from the nation's capital, Abuja. I am Adikan Michael. A quick reminder that Global Television is on DSTV channel 365 and free to air on Nicomsat. We'll begin with the hour that the All Progressive Congress has secured victories in all 23 local government areas of Benue State in the just concluded elections. The polls were held for chairmanship and the councillorship position. Our correspondent Aisha Larry Musa completes the report.
Elections into offices of the 23 local government areas of Benue State were held on Saturday, 5th October 2024. Though 8 political parties registered for the polls, only 5 of them participated, namely All Progressive Congress APC, Labour Party, All Progressive Grand Alliance ABGA, People's Democratic Party PDP, and Action People's Party APP. The chairman, Benue State Independent Electoral Commission, Richard Tambua, who announced the result in Makurdi, the state capital, said all the electoral guidelines were strictly adhered to during the conduct of the elections, which were keenly contested for, as there was no unopposed candidate.
Out of the 3 local government elections, chairmanship that were contested, APC won all the 23 seats in Benue State. Out of the 276 councillorship elections that were conducted in 276 council in Benue State, APC won all the councillors.
He described the exercise as free, fair, and credible, and thanked both the permanent and ad hoc staff of the commission for a job well done. The chairman also expressed appreciation to security personnel, voters, and political parties for successful elections devoid of any incident of violence. Richard, however, cited a case of an electoral officer in Otukpo local government area of the state that was held hostage.
The electoral officer in Otukpo local government was held hostage. It takes the grace of God that the combined efforts of the commandant of Moko 80 and the DPO of the local government that served the situation and brought her to our office.
Be that as it may, the Benue State local government elections have been concluded hitch-free and described by observers and monitors as free, fair, and the most credible in recent times. From Makurdi, Aisha Larry Musa reporting for Global Television.
And from Benue to Rivers State, Governor Siminalayi Fubara has sworn in the newly elected council chairman of the 23 local government areas. The exercise held at the Executive Council chambers of the Government House in Port Harcourt, the state capital, coming a day after the Rivers State Independent Electoral Commission had conducted an election at the grassroots levels. The governor swore in the newly elected local government chairman shortly after the Rivers State Independent Electoral Commission issued certificate of return to them. The Nigerian Union of Teachers says 23 states of the Federation and the Federal Capital Territory have implemented the 65-year-old retirement age for teachers. A national president of the union, Titus Ambat, said in 2020, former President Muhammadu Buhari announced the new retirement age for teachers. The retirement age was increased from 60 to 65 years. The Socio-Economic Right and Accountability Project has asked President Bola Tinubu to take action against states that have failed to conduct credible local government elections. Specifically, Serap wants the president to direct Olawale Edun, the Minister of Finance and Coordinating Minister of the Economy, to withhold allocations from these states until they comply. In essence, Serap is advocating for democratic accountability and transparency in the allocation of funds. The organization's view is that only democratically elected local government councils should receive allocations from the federation account and not any other body or institution. Umuchimwambe and Obogo communities in Adio to South local government area of Imo State will soon have a sigh relief as the House of Representative Committee on Ecological Fund has visited the erosion site where houses were submerged and roads cut a path. Our House Committee Chairman on Ecological Fund, Haminu Sani, says the visit is part of their oversight function to ascertain the level of damage caused by the natural disaster. Our correspondent Amara Chiba texts from here.
This is Zumuchima community in Idiato South local government area of Imo State, where heavy rainfall submerged houses, leaving the villagers homeless and cutting off major roads.
This like that.
This is the first time I was seeing something like this in my life.
This visit is in response to the appeal by the communities through the Imo State government. The House of Reps committee is here to assess the area, which the committee members expressed concern over the situation, noting the losses it has on the community.
But he said that if you go to Imo, don't visit me, go to see the affected places. So, Excellency, you have seen so many places. All the members that are here, we know that freely, if there is any other place that needs to be considered, Imo should be the #1 state.
The committee members later paid a courtesy visit to the governor of Imo State, Hope Uzodinma, and promised to help the state in solving the erosion challenges.
Tourism companies. The ecosystem here has been entirely altered in a very negative manner with no regard to the environmental hazards that follows. So if there is anything that should be done in terms of federal government intervention to save our people, Imo State should be considered very strongly.
Governor Hope Uzodinma thanked the committee for seeing things for themselves and urged them to help the state in solving erosion problems.
With this renewed hope of the federal government, affected communities in Idiato South seek for immediate relief to their sufferings. Only time will tell. From Owerri, Amarachi Ibe, reporting for Global TV News.
Many thanks to Amarachi. Now, the House of Representative Committee Chairman on Polytechnic and Higher Technical Education, Aboyega Isiaka, says the Nigerian Education Loan Fund has, of September, disbursed 84.2 billion naira to the applicant, comprising 27.5 billion naira and 56.7 billion in institutional and upkeep facilities, respectively. Isiaka, representing Yewa North Federal Constituency in Ogun State, said that 351,317 students have registered on the NELFund portal. Out of the 258,943 have applied for either institutional or upkeep loans, or both. The federal lawmaker discloses at the 36th annual conference of Federal Government College Amadugri holds Student Association held at Metro's residence in Abeokuta. Kwara State government has urged people living around the riverbanks in various areas of the state to relocate to higher ground following the persistent rainfall recently in the state. The advice was contained in a statement issued by the State Commissioner for Environment, Nafisat Belge, to guard against impending flooding in the state. Ogun State government has donated 200 million naira to its Borno counterpart following the devastating flood which recently ravaged the state. Kayode Akinbade, special advisor to the governor, Dapco Building of Media and Strategy, Akinbade, quoted the building as saying the gesture was aimed at assisting the flood victims and providing immediate relief. The Director General of National Youth Service Corps, Brigadier General Yushaur Hamid, has stated that the recent increase in Corps members' allowances has not been implemented due to the non-release of funds. Report says that the federal government had approved an increase in the Corps members' monthly allowance from 33,000 naira to 77, effective from July 2024. However, despite the official announcement, the government did not pay Corps members the new allowance in September. You're watching the news cycle on Global Television, coming to you live from Nigeria's capital, Abuja. When news cycle returns, Osimhen wins first Turkish Super League award. Details of these and more after this short break. Please stay with us. You're watching live news cycle. Many thanks for staying with us. And now to business. The Bulgarian ambassador to Nigeria, Yanko Yordanova, has expressed interest to partner the Plateau State government on agriculture, security, education, and tourism for the state's economic growth and to strengthen diplomatic ties between the two countries. Ambassador Yordanova spoke during a courtesy visit to Plateau State Governor Caleb Mufang at the Holt Government House, refuge in Jos. The federal government has announced that Nigeria has officially commenced the sale of crude oil and refined petroleum products in Naira. Our reports say the Minister of Finance and Coordinating Minister of the Economy, Wale Edun, made this known in a statement in line with the Federal Executive Council directives. A 41-year-old Canadian woman, Adherine Monji, has been arrested by operatives of the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency at Murtala Mohammed International Airport, Lagos, for importing a large consignment of a strong strain of synthetic cannabis called Canadian Loud. The suspect was arrested during the inward clearance of passengers on a KLM airline flight from Canada at Terminal 1 of the Lagos Airport. In more on the business, the governor of Central Bank of Nigeria, Olayemi Kaluso, has defended the bank's decision to raise the monetary policy rate to 27.25%, describing it as a necessary move to control inflation and to curb excess money in circulation. This is according to a press statement from the Apex Bank. Speaking during an address at the Harvard Club of Nigeria over the weekend, Kaluso emphasized that the rate hike, while tough on borrowers, is crucial for the country's economic stability. On the front scene, Maldivian President Mohamed Morsi says he is confident that India will come to the aid of the island nation as it faces an economic crisis. Morsi, who is on the 5-day visit to India, is expected to seek a bailout worth hundreds of millions of dollars. Great Chief of Staff to the Prime Minister of the United Kingdom, Keir Starmer, has resigned. According to a statement from the Downing Street and Grey, he is expected to take on a new role as the Prime Minister's envoy for nations and regions. French President Emmanuel Macron has called for a halt on arms deliveries to Israel for use in Gaza, prompting swift criticism from Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. Macron told France Interradio that his country's priority is to return to a political solution aimed at stopping the delivery of weapons to fight in Gaza. A huge fireball lit up the night sky and the plumes of smoke rose over South Beirut early Sunday as Israel unleashed intense airstrikes targeting Hezbollah nearly a year since the Gaza war erupted. Israeli forces were on a high alert ahead of Monday's anniversary of Hamas' October 7 attack, which sparked the war. And more on the international scene, the country president and international director of United Nations Positive Livelihood Award Center, Professor Funmilayo Adesanya Davies, has urged the leaders of Palestine and Israel to find a peaceful and lasting solution to the ongoing conflict between the two Middle East countries. Adesanya Davies lamented the prolonged reprisal attacks has caused immense suffering, displacement, and economic hardship for both nations. She added that the conflict has resulted in a severe humanitarian crisis with thousands of innocent civilians caught in the crossfire. Now moving to sport, Victor Osimhen has carted home his first Turkish Super League World swing after joining the Galatasaray on the season-long loan from Napoli. The Nigerian international impressive goal against the Kasim Pasha has been voted the goal of the week by the InSport, receiving a significant number of votes and securing 77.96% of the total. Nigerian striker Chinwendu Ihezuo holds the record for most goals in a single match by a player at the FIFA Under-17 Women's World Cup. At our 27, Ihezuo tops the pile with 5 goals during Nigeria's 11-0 annihilations of host nation at the 2012 edition, Nigeria's biggest in any FIFA World Cup appearance. The record has previously been held by Germany's Akari Malinowskis and South Korea's Yo Monich, who scored 4 goals each of the 2010 edition of the tournament. In our more update on the sport, Chelsea Football Club coach Enzo Maresca has named Moses Caicedo the team's captain. According to a statement from the Fabrizio Roman's X account on Sunday, the midfielder praised Chelsea's coach for appointing him the captain. Chidera Ojukwu has been named in Nigeria 23-man squad for the 2025 Africa Cup of Nations qualifying double-header against Libya Iskal up to the Super Eagles after 2 years. The talented forward Ojukwu, who currently plies his trade with the Sevilla, was last seen in international colours during the 2022 African campaign, but his fine form in La Liga has earned him a recall by the coach Augustin Aquevon. That's a package on news cycle coming to you live from Nigeria's capital, Abuja. We're on DSTV, channel 365, and Star Times, channel 276, and free to air on Nicomsat. Kindly follow us on all social media platforms using @Global TV NG and other handles now showing on the screen. I'm Medika Mike. Many thanks for watching. See you again.